Hello. Deltarune was just announced for the 24th of June, which it, is not the week is not a week I particularly wanted to come out on, but I am so excited. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a bingo card that I'm gonna use while I'm streaming the chapter. Why is my mic up so loud? It's never this receptive to my voice. Like, am I gonna be really, really loud when I rewatch this? Because if I am, that's probably good. Because I'm never that, like, my stream's always so quiet. Anyway. Oh my god, I can't. Okay. Middle square was always gonna be Flower King Dark World. It's my free square, but it just means that I need to wait until we're actually there to do it. But it was always gonna be that. The trailer just confirmed it. I should put that in all caps because it's the middle square. Flower King Dark World. This is gonna be shuffled. So, I can change the color. Do I want to? I can make it black and then make the text white. I like that better. That's actually kind of nice. Deltarune chapter 5. Is this how big I want this bingo card to be? I could make it smaller. I don't know. I don't think I want to make it 4x4. I think that's too small. This is on shuffle. God, in 1 hour! I did not say I wanted to listen to this. I mean, I do want to listen to this, but I did not say I wanted to listen to this. Wrong. I clicked on the wrong thing. I had to click on TV World. Anyway. Back to this. Okay. I like how this looks. So, it's gonna be shuffled, so it doesn't matter where I put this. So I have like a list of things, and then I'm just gonna like come up with other things. First of all, I'm gonna post this on Instagram. Yeah, I had one other thing I wanted to stream after this. So okay, so I've got 2.0. Oh, it's not typing. Hello. My bad. I was in the wrong text box. Whether this is true or not, I don't really care. I'm gonna have some things on here just for fun. Do I think it's gonna happen? Maybe. Who knows? Papyrus appearance. Mettaton appearance. Them being mentioned does not count. Gaster. Cliffhanger. Nice cream guy and drag. So in my head, ever since chapter 4, I've been thinking, if Nice Cream Guy and Pizza Pants are gonna meet at the festival, and Pizza Pants thinks that he's beating Pizzarina, and we've seen the sprite, or at least I think we've seen the sprite of him being like, "Oh my god, look, it's Pizzarina!" Whether that's the context of that sprite or not, I don't know, but I really think it is. It means that he's seeing someone that looks like Pizzarina, so it's either gonna be Bratty or Nice Cream Guy, and I'm thinking it's gonna be Nice Cream Guy because he's gonna recognize Bratty. Asriel comes home. Sans is relevant. After the like this isn't on my list, but I'm gonna add it. Omega Flowey esque secret boss. This counts if the attacks are similar. Like we've seen one attack in the trailer that is similar. That doesn't mean that the boss is gonna be similar to that. I'm thinking it has to be very similar. Also, that's interesting because people have been saying that a Rousey only secret boss is like, you know. Okay, interesting. Okay, sorry, I said in my chapter, I said in my Nintendo Direct stream that may not be able to play it because everyone's busy. It seems like I'm not busy, but everyone else is, except for my mom. But that's fine. It just means I'll be upstairs in my room, door locked, and streaming. I just need to hope I don't get interrupted very much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's so... I may need to play at night, which is fine because that means I can just lock in and do comic work that day. Because my plan is to I need to finish my comic, or I need to finish this episode of my comic by July. So that gives me motivation to stay offline. However, I would like to play it immediately. I'm so the adrenaline rush is making me feel sick. This just happens to me. It's so annoying. Okay. Oh, we're on the second raise up here, but I'm gonna skip this one because I don't like swinging on this one. Okay. Where's my list? Where's my list? Okay. Who's Al? Garrus. Why am I putting my caps? Okay. Undertale leitmotif. The Undertale leitmotif has to drop somewhere. Surely. Surely this is going to be the most like callbacks to Undertale chapter of all of them. Especially if we've only been able to hear one song from the soundtrack because it's otherwise spoilers. I'm surprised that we can't even hear any festival music. Like, why can't we hear the festival music? We know that the festival is next chapter. From sprites that we've been shown, and from how characters have been talking in game. Oh my god. I'll say this cliffhanger. I'm not sure which cliffhanger we're gonna have, or if we're gonna have both at once. I'm actually thinking both at once, but I don't know. I'm gonna look at the trailer. Okay. Deltarune Chapter 5 trailer. I'm not gonna listen to it. 27 minutes ago, really? I'll watch this one. I'm gonna mute it. I saw the plan and I immediately knew. I don't know how obvious it was in my like voice because I was just like, but I think I did that anyway. But I knew immediately. Those things are so. I thought Nipper was Mario there. Wait. This is in Castle Town. Unless just all of these characters are joining us in the Dark World for some reason. What is that? They're so cute. I love that. Love that. I don't know if that's like I don't know. But then it shows us like previous stuff. I love this thing. This looks really. I don't. I have no idea. There has to be something there. Oh, that looks fun. What's that? What's that thing? I have no idea what that thing is. This is so pretty, and I hope that there is a running section where we need to go through somewhere like that. It's clearly a Japan-inspired Dark World. Oh my god. I can't do this. I can't do this. That's so exciting. Um, oh my god. Okay. Really, what do I put in this bingo card? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder what time Deltarune comes out. I'm really hoping it's not. I don't know. I hope it's at a time of day where all of the chores have been done. So that like nobody is like coming into my room and being like, I need to put away washing because my I swear to god my bedroom is used as a cupboard / a radiator because I have a dehumidifier. What else can I put in this? I'm gonna be bold here. Because if we get all of the like shadow crystals, because I think they said that we only need 5. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm so nervous. I hate this. Okay. I mean, is anyone going to be concerned that Undyne is missing? Probably Napstablook. But how do I put that on a bingo card? Napstablook. Asked about Undyne disappearance. This feels so clunky, but I don't know. I would love to see what was on my old bingo card. I'll look at it. Oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Okay. So, Kristen Ralsei private chat, I can put that on. Main boss of either chapter has gallery play. Find the secret boss of first playthrough. I'm not putting that on because I'm not going to. Imagine I do. Imagine it's the one and only time that I do. Alvin Night Evidence. We can complete a chapter without Susie. Undyne or Napstablook join the Dark World. We visit the Holiday Manor. Find the egg on the first playthrough. I'm not. Saying that for chapter 3 was bold, and I did not know that, but it was bold. We can't fight secret boss in chapter 3 on a first run. Mike is a cat. Susie's healing becomes useful. Oh, I could put Mike. Mike. Reveal. Night identity. I mean, it's Jess, but Deltarune tomorrow. Hi, chat. I'm okay. The timing is a little bit unfortunate for me. However, it seems like I will be okay to play it. It seems I just might not be able to play it the second it comes out, but I should be able to play it on Monday. Thank God. Because I will be horrible at avoiding spoilers. My feed on all social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, all Deltarune. And my friends like Deltarune as well. I'm so easily gonna get spoiled. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. On my last bingo card, Susie healing becomes useful. That's true. No light world in chapter 3. That was wrong. That was true. Kind of. I mean, I didn't tick it off this my chapter 4 stream, so I guess I counted the like June 24th is gonna be peak. I feel so bad because my sister's birthday is the day before, which is why I thought I wouldn't be free because my entire family is off. Like nobody's at work, so I was just like, we're gonna be so busy that week, aren't we? We're gonna be doing things all week. I told my sister the date because she's also a Deltarune fan, and I was telling her about the Nintendo Direct, and she was like, "Oh, please tell me if there's Deltarune. I really want Deltarune like right now." And I told her, and she was just like, "That sucks because I'm busy that day. You're not, but I am." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks, but thank God at least one of us is free, I guess." And then yeah. I'm so excited. But that means, again, I need to stream all 4 chapters. Or at least 3 of them. I need to stream. I need to prepare my save. Okay, so, again, on my old bank card, I had Woody Theory, Catty and Jockington play important roles, Crest Evidence, we see Metaton, Rules Fight, Susie or Ralsei can leave the party. Chapter 3 has no weird wit, but major changes if done in Chapter 2. We see Toriel's bedroom, we see Papyrus, Gaster mention. Chapter 4 ends on a cliffhanger. Chapter 4 has a weird wit. Okay, so I'm thinking Gaster name drop. Because I know I've got Gaster cliffhanger. That does not mean a name drop. This is a different thing. Somebody could name drop, like alternatively, somebody could name drop Gaster, and then he doesn't show up at the end of the chapter. He doesn't show up at all. He's just mentioned by name. Like those two could have both happened, or neither could happen. Chapter 4 ends on a cliffhanger. Chapter 4 has a weird wit. Chapter 4 ends on a cliffhanger. I mean, kind of, but nowhere near as bad as Chapter 3. See if Chapter 3 came out by itself, the fandom would be rioting and there would be so many theories. Okay, so what do I want to put on this? I want to put just certain things that will happen in every chapter pretty much. Oh, prophecy reveal. I don't know if we'll get that in this chapter. I don't know if we'll get that till chapter 6 or maybe even 7. But I don't know. I mean, we know that we're going to see the Snowden shopkeeper because we've seen a sprite of her already. So I wonder if we're going to see other characters we haven't seen yet, like Grilby. I don't want to just put like minor character from like minor Undertale character shows up because that's cheating because we know that's going to happen. But do I put someone specific like Grilby or Mew Mew? I want to put Mew Mew, but I really don't know. Is onion gonna show up? I don't know if I can be bothered putting onion on the list because I don't care that much. Um, um, I don't want to put Rudy dies, but it is one that I'm thinking of. I think I almost put that on my old bingo card. Um, you know what? I will put Grilby. Grilby. I mean, like festivals have like food tents and stuff. You could easily have like one of those ones that sells like hot dogs and like chicken skewers and stuff like that. He could be one of those. What else do I put? What else can I put? You can hear my dog barking on my mic. I'm so sorry. She's downstairs. She's not even. She's not even here. Um, I'm gonna close my door. I'm wearing like half of my hoodie because like the one that's on my spray, I'm wearing half of that because I need to put my mic on it, but I'm so warm I'm gonna melt. Alternatively, what I could do, I could wear like a belt, but like across my torso, like long ways, and then just clip my mic onto that, so I don't need to. I don't know. Oh, after I close my door, you come upstairs and open it. Thanks. Please, no more barking. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. What else could happen? I mean, I'm thinking like Toriel could like not mention Sans at all, but I feel like that's not really interesting enough to put on a bingo card. I imagine it might open with a gag about Sans. Like, Sans has clearly cleaned the kitchen because there's no white fur in the drain. So imagine like Sans has like made breakfast for Chris. It's like, hey Chris, do you want some some pancakes? And then Chris is like, no, thanks. I'm gonna leave. I am gonna put longest chapter, and I will compare it to my other streams just to make sure. I don't need to put chapter and caps for that one. I could put church concerns. Like Alvin is like, oh my god, somebody has like wrecked the church overnight. This is like some sort of religious hate crime or something like that, or like. But I don't know. I also don't know if that's interesting enough. I'll put it for now. Alvin is I'm so bad at typing. I can spell, I cannot type. I mean, Jackenstein. He did say he was a decoration for festivals, and it is autumn, so Is there gonna be a scene where Ralsei, or well, mostly Susie, where Susie finds out Chris is working with the Knight? I'll just put Susie finds out. I think I'm happy with this for now. I wanna move this thing because this thing is annoying me. Can you go away? Okay, whatever. I guess not. I mean, it's obvious what that one says. It's obvious what all three of you say. That one's fine. I think I'm happy with this being my bingo card. I do want to change that Alvin square. It's not very good. Um. Oh, wrong part of the song. Lol. um. I'm not gonna put dies, but I'm gonna say really gets worse. Either he's not able to get up, he's not able to leave the hospital and attend the festival like he promised, or he's gonna attend the festival and it's gonna be like a detrimental to his health, or he dies. I feel like that's more open and more likely. Because I don't want to put anything that's like, that's not gonna happen. I say, and I have Woody Theory on here, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break because I have such an adrenaline rush. But then I'm gonna go and do like a theory tier list after this. That's been my plan all day if Deltarune was announced. So yeah. Need to be everyone. Is this? Oh, it's working. Okay, I didn't know that. Didn't know that would happen. That's nice. Okay. I have clipped my mic onto my headphones. Hopefully this works. So a newsletter just dropped. So I'm gonna read that on stream. Toby dot fan gamer. Great adventures with my friends. Think back to. He definitely saw all of the Winston newsletter thingies. That's so funny. Oh my god. I think I've calmed it down, by the way. I think I'm okay. I hate that I get like this. Sorry to keep you waiting. Deltarune Chapter 5 will launch simultaneously worldwide on all platforms on what's 11 a.m. EDT. Because I think that's different to 11 a.m. EDT UK. That's 4 p.m. That's alright, okay. For more information, check deltarune.com. I'll send a new newsletter when it's out. I will check that in a minute. I click on that. Announcement trailer. Here's the announcement trailer if you missed it. I want to inspire people playing the chapter for the first time, so I've been showing the most exciting moments, which is the opposite of what you should do in a trailer. By the way, the trailer was made by Everdread. The trailer music was performed and arranged by Carlos and Sane in the Rain. And the end art was made by Timmy, obviously. What kind of chapter is chapter 5? Oh, I can click on that. I think it's just going to take me to the picture, yeah. In chapter 4 we saw dark clouds on the horizon. That's why let's not look there. Let's not look there for now. Let's turn around and watch the sun before it goes down completely. So the roaring is happening at the end of the chapter. Let's have one more fun adventure, okay? In my opinion, it fits well in the overall story of the game. Chapter 6 progress update. Chapter 6 is developing well. Oh, cutscenes, NPC interactions making good progress. Overall gameplay, we've created all the basic gimmicks of the chapter, gimmicks, climbing puzzles, etc. Now we need to create a few more rooms utilizing these gimmicks. Normal enemies, 8 billets, mostly complete. Boss, 8 billets. Oh, boss and billets. I use ampersands. How did I misread that? We're working on the billets of the last battle of the chapter. Interesting. This chapter is easier to make than the others. Really? So the development is going quite fast. This sounds crazy, but it's not unrealistic that some staff members may start work on chapter 7 before the end of the year. I'm not. Yee! Merch! Merch! Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! I'm shocked that it took them so long to make him. But they have Pluie! What do you mean you have Pluie? Why is there no jungler? Holy water keychain, that's peak. I am actually shocked that they have Mike merch. What on earth? Oh my god. I was not expecting merch. Oh my god. Fangamer is also with merch that is newer and bluer than any before. Click for more if you cared. Is this gonna be the same link? Yeah, that's the same link as Victor. Conclusion. Sorry to keep you waiting, but we still have to wait a little bit. Does this mean that Gaster's not gonna because I have a feeling that like hold on. No, I'm going crazy. for a second, I thought that the knight there, I thought that. Okay, so like here, where I'm circling, I didn't realize that was not connected to the head. I thought that this was where the neck was. I thought that this was like a deer's face, or particularly, I thought this was I thought this was like Dessa's face, and then that. Oh my god! I guess not face. That would be her head. I really thought that was Des there. I thought that was a night reveal, and I was like, oh my god. Uh, I mean, it is Des, but like, you know what I mean. This is a really cool poster. I think this is my favorite of the chapter posters. This is like insanely good. The heart is so perfectly smooth. I love it. Step 10 I mentioned. Not the yellow flowers and the pink blanket. Okay. Well, anyway. Well, I think that's it. I think that's all there is for the newsletter. Now I want to do. I'm actually gonna quickly rename my stream. Um, I don't know how I can I do that through here? I don't think so. I think I need to do it this way. Okay, how do I distribute? Content, live, edit. I'm just gonna call it stuff. Okay. Well, newsletter. Let's check Deltarune.com. Oh my god. I cannot believe this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, I love that. Wait. Oh, that's so pretty. Why is it blue? Sans flowers. Chris flowers, I don't know. Is there anything new added aside from that? I think that's it. Okay. Okay, what is this tier list called? Deltarune series after chapter 3 and 4, tier list maker. Okay. Tier list maker. Am I logged in? Because if I'm not logged in, I may need to. I'm gonna turn off my screen for a minute. Deltarune today. So true. Okay, anyway. I'm logged in, so I'll search for it and then I'll turn my screen back on. Deltarune theories. I think it's that one. Yeah. This one. Okay, I'm gonna put this on full screen and then I'm gonna make sure that it fits on my screen. Maybe I don't want it to do that. I just feel like it's too small. Okay. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay. Device theory. I am gonna be so real. I know that this is like everyone's favorite theory. I thought it was too long and I couldn't be bothered reading it. So slash watching it. I don't remember if this one's the one that has like the really long Google Doc or if this one is the one that has like the multiple part long videos that are really long or if they're both the same theory. Um but I'm gonna name my tears. I love that the like favorite fandom one is the like one of the only ones on this list that I'm not familiar with. I can have more tears as I go along. I hate that I'm not familiar with Device Theory. I know that that's one that I should absolutely be familiar with. Again, my mic is attached to my is like connected to my headphones right now because it's charging. So I'm really hoping that my voice is picking up fine and it's not being all like you know. I mean, Des's Night. I don't think I can put it in canon. Like it is canon to me, but I can't put it in canon. Like I have enough deniability that like okay, I need to add more tears. Ah, what have I done? Okay, I need to add more tears. Okay. Let's change the colors of these. That one can stay yellow. This one can be green. Wait, no. That's weird that it just skips a color. Yeah, Des is absolutely the knight. Carol's the knight. No. I do not think it's likely. I mean, think about it from like a casual player's perspective, right? You don't interact with the fandom very much. You don't know all of the like in-depth lore that you need to like study the game to know. You don't know all of the like theories that all of the fans have come up with. You just are playing the game straight. You're playing the game as it is. You see Carol. You see all of the like kind of obvious things that like point towards her being the knight, like her katanas, like her connection to the guitar, like the fact that she's clearly working with Chris, like the fact that she's clearly the person talking on the phone. That would all make you believe that she's the knight, right? She's like the obvious candidate. But if you think about it like a little bit, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Carol's definitely a cool antagonist, and I do think that she's working with the knight, but she is not the knight. But like when you start to think about it like more in depth, when you start to actually think about it, the one fact that always jumps out at me immediately is how does she like how did she beat Chris and Susie to the dark world? Like How does she do that? And then there's so much more evidence for Death being the knight that, like, you might not know who she is at that point of the game properly. When you're a casual player, you might be like, oh yeah, Death, that's Noelle's sister, but you might not know, like, all of the, like, you might not have pieced everything together, because I feel like if you're just playing the game, you're not interacting with the fandom, you're not having discussions, you're not going to piece everything together. You're not going to figure out that Death is the knight right away. You might, but Carol's the obvious red herring, you know? So fair. I I thought I was familiar with Triple Trusty's theory, but I don't think I am. Asgore's the knight. No, he's not. I don't even think Asgore is working with. Well, no, do I? No, I don't think Asgore is working with the knight. I think he's working with Carol, who is working with the knight. But I think he's involved in something else that's like really suspicious. But I don't know. Alvin is in the evil group chat. I don't really have a strong opinion on that. I'm gonna add another tier. Actually, I'm gonna move that down. And then change the color of that to that one. I really don't have an opinion on that. I don't care all that much about Alvin, if I'm being completely honest. I love Garson. I don't have a strong opinion on Alvin. He's nice. I enjoy his character. But he's just like another NPC to me. Asgore will be the final boss of chapter 5. I'm gonna say good theory. I'm not gonna say canon. Well, actually, I forgot I had a peak tier. Oopsie. I thought good theory was the top tier. I'm not gonna say canon because I do think that there's still a possibility that he is a boss, but he's not the final boss. Like, I fully believe that Asgore is gonna be a boss. I'm just not confident he's gonna be the final boss. You know, basically, Triple Trucy's theory is basically the Chapter 2 thing, but with Queen replaced with Carol Noelle, replaced with the Knight, and Birdley as the fun gang. See, that's what I thought, but I mean, well, it's kind of what that's like pretty close to what I thought. I knew it was the Chapter 2 thing. I knew that's what the name was based on, but yeah. See, I can see it being like Chris is working with Carol and the Knight separately, but Carol is working with Chris and the Knight also separately. I don't know. I could see it being like all of them are like working with each other separately, but they're all working with each other. I don't know how to. Don't worry. I'm also bad at explaining things. There's gonna be a lot of me just rambling about nonsense on this. Asgore is not in the evil group chat. I agree with that, so I'm gonna put that in good theory. Rudin in Castletown is a goner. I don't know if they're a goner, but there is something up with them, so I'm gonna put it in good theory. Des is a human. I do not like that theory at all. The girl in the prophecy is Des. Also, no. Most of the ones I'm gonna put in, no, I'm not gonna have like much of an explanation on. Shadow Mantle boss equals Ram. I really don't think so. I'm not gonna say like hard no because I'm not super familiar with this theory. There may be like a better explanation for this, but I'm gonna say no. The Shadow Mantle boss is Sham. No. Final tragedy in the prophecy will be Noelle's death. No. Final prophecy in the fatal tragedy in the prophecy will be Susie's death. No. Because there is absolutely no way, there's absolutely no way that Susie would have said, I'm not going to let that happen. Chris isn't going to let that happen. Obviously, you're not going to let that happen. If the prophecy was her dying, unless it's like all of them dying, but I don't know. I'm very confident that that's not the final tragedy. Like, the very first time I heard anyone suggest that, I was like, no. Carol's looking for Des. Chris is bidding the fact that Des is horrifically mutilated, whatever is wrong with the night, and Chris is hiding that they are working with the others from the fun gang. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like, I just feel like all of those. I feel like all of those things are like combined. You know, I feel like Asgore is part of the looking for Des bit, but he's not connected to the night. I feel like Asgore is the one that's disconnected, but still part of it. Carol, I feel like, is part of the whole thing. I feel like she has to be working with the night because I 100% believe that she's the voice on the phone. And if she is the voice on the phone, then she definitely knows who the night is. The final tragedy in prophecy will be the stealing of the Grand Fountain. No, because because the game mentions the game mentions the balance between dark and light. There can't be a balance between dark and light if there is no dark world, you know. Hi, what am I doing? I am doing I saw this tier list going around on Twitter for Deltarune, so I'm ranking Deltarune theories. In honor of the Chapter 5 announcement. I just did a bingo card and I also read the newsletter and looked at the new merch. So if you want to watch that, then you can either like rewind the stream or like watch that later or look at it yourself. But yeah, I'm doing this tier list now. Carol might be working with the night, but somehow isn't aware it's Des. I mean, no wonder that deer is messed up. Fair enough. Shattered cage theory. I'm not familiar with this theory. Friend caused Spamton and Jevils insanity. I'm somewhere between not likely and no opinion, but I'm gonna say not likely. Treble Trizzy's theory. Because I've had it clean, I agree with it mostly, but like the main part of it I disagree with, so I'm gonna put in good theory. Because I definitely don't think that's a bad theory, but it's like Chris Knight. Like the Chris Knight theory ended up being like mostly true, except for like the main part of the theory where Chris is the knight. You know, it's like that. Although I did fully believe Chris Knight, I was like confident that Chris was the night before. Gaster is the angel. I'm gonna say maybe. I don't think so, but I'm gonna say maybe. The night caused Spamton and Jevils insanity. I don't know if I'm more confident on the night or Gaster. I might also put these in maybe. I think I'm more confident on Gaster. No, I'm gonna put them both in good theory. Gaster is green and in between. Peak. You have no idea how much I say green and in between. It's like the car scene with Queen and Noelle. Ooh, fun and whimsy. True. Yeah, I say green and in between so much, and also I notice it so much. I'm genuinely obsessed with that theory. I love it so much. Holiday Mansion break-in. I'm not familiar with this, but I don't know. Yeah, if it's true in the way Chris Knight went, I would still be happy with it. Yeah, yeah. Chapter 5 Dark World Flower King. That is canon. That is. There is absolutely no way that that's not canon. Have you seen the trailer? And also, have you played Chapter 4? I'm gonna say not likely. Unless there's. Actually, I'm gonna say no. Unless there's two Dark Worlds, they're all gonna be no or not likely. I'm gonna say this one's not likely. Because I don't think there's gonna be two Dark Worlds. Unless the roaring starts or something. But Green and in between is just so funny to me. I'm not that familiar with it, but it's just funny. Yeah, there's so much like evidence of like Gaster being like green and the Meadow Brother. So like and a lot of art though there will be red, blue, and green representing Papyrus and Gaster. And the Skeletor's house, they've got two doors and then a green picture in the middle that has just a bowen that could represent Gaster. Um, I've seen like a theory that's like I haven't looked much into the Holiday Mansion break-in, but it makes sense to me because Carol is not letting Noelle go to the festival with the purple thing scurrying around. I have no idea what the theory is. So I think I just have to put it in. Like I can't like form an opinion at all. I saw someone suggest that what happens if we go into Sans and Papyrus's house and the door is in the middle and there's a red picture frame in place of Papyrus's door. I think I would cry because I want Papyrus so flippin' bad. But yeah, I saw that. And then what what is there? Yeah, so the Green and In Between theory started from the anniversary live stream where the Gaster door appeared and they didn't acknowledge it, but it was a different color. Like it was colored in, implying that Gaster is a goner and like he's not actually black and white. He could be a different color. So yeah, Greenster became a thing. I love Greenster. Chapter 5 Dark World Hospital. I'm gonna say no. Festival is what I originally thought before we found out it was gonna be Flower King. So like that's why that one's a not likely because I really don't think there's gonna be more than one Dark World, but if there is, that's where it's gonna be. HP equals hope. I don't think I need to be that familiar with this theory and to be able to rank it. I'm putting it in maybe. Jockington Goner theory. I love that theory. I don't know how likely it is to be canon, but it's one of my favorite theories. I watched it and I was just like, oh my god, bro. Birdley and Chris will go to the festival together. I agree with this theory, but I don't like it. I really I like Birdley. I promise I like Birdley. I hate Curdley. I do not like the ship between them at all. And I know that's not a popular opinion. But I so honestly I wish Holiday Mansion Dark World was gonna happen, but I know it probably isn't. I could see it maybe happening in chapter 6. But I don't know. I'm not sure if chapter 6 or 7 are gonna have normal Dark Worlds. Chapter 7 or chapter 6, one of the two is definitely gonna be the bunker. Probably 7. I don't know about the other one. I don't know if we're gonna have normal Dark Worlds. Anyway, I agree the Birdley and Chris will go to the festival together, but I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna put it in good theory. Chris/theory. I don't like this theory. However, it's plausible. So I'm gonna say it's either gonna be maybe or not likely. I can change the name of this to not a fan. Not a fan. Have you seen Chapter 5 trailer yet? Yes, I have seen the trailer. I streamed the Nintendo Direct. And then I stopped the stream and then I started a new one where I did a bingo card and stuff. Yeah. I don't think Chris/theory is necessarily like a badly done theory, but I really hate the theory. Like I don't know. I think it makes sense in the way that it's explained, but I hate it so much. Chris has a crush on Susie. I agree with that. They/them is a much better name for Chris/Theory. I agree. They/them is a brilliant theory name. Canon, Cruziel, and Snowgrave. Susie's not going to be a part of that. I could see forced Chris L. Susie is not going to be a part of that, so I'm gonna say no. Mike is friend. Mike is friend. Maybe. Canon nice pants. Yeah. Yeah. The only reason I'm not putting it in canon is because I can see it going the way of Burger Pants. like has to like he's like, no, you can't like uh, they both of these characters have issues. Both of these characters need to be held accountable. In this situation, pretty much entirely an ice cream guy. I can see them not getting along. I can see them having like a big like falling out. However, I just think it is going to be canon. I think it's going to be canon. The knight is supposed to be the big bad antagonist of the game and has been built up for 3 chapters. It's supposed to be an unstoppable force. Let it have something for once. Yeah. Yeah. The girl in the prophecy is Susie in the normal route, but Noelle in the Snowgrave Girl. I'm gonna put that in good theory because I can see it, but I can also see it just being Susie. I don't like the idea that Susie thinks, oh, what if I'm someone important, and then that doesn't necessarily have to be her. She's not important. She's like replaceable. I don't like that. Also, swinging for a thing I usually see like a baseball bat swing because December holiday. Yeah, Noelle is the angel. I kind of don't like this theory, but I don't know why. I'm just gonna put it in maybe. The girl in the prophecy is Noelle. I'm gonna say not a fan. She's not the only girl in the prophecy. Like I can see it being Noelle and Susie. I can't see it just being Noelle. The player is the angel. I agree with that. I agree with player angel. I know that people are hating on that theory right now. I'm not really sure why player angel is like definite for me. I would put it in canon, but there is a possibility that it's wrong because we don't know a lot about the angel. Possessed death theory. I'm not overly familiar, but I can take a guess, and like I'm gonna say not a fan because I don't like the idea that Death doesn't have like her own agency. Like she like I like the idea of Death being the villain. Like I don't like I don't know how to explain, but just like I can see Death not like I can see the knight being Death who is corrupted. She's not fully herself. I don't like the idea that someone is controlling her. Basically, Ralsei is not an object. Good theory. I don't really know where to fit this one. Ralsei is a green crayon. Maybe? I'm really conflicted on what Ralsei is. I saw one really good theory that made him an object, but I think him being a concept makes more sense. I've been talking so much, I need to drink so much water. I just realized we're not on the playlist anymore. Oopsie. Ralsei is a horned headband. I used to fully believe that theory. However, it is a doorway in the mantle game. I know that that's only in the mantle game, but if he's a doorway, but like if it's a doorway, my mic is fully charged. I'm about to unplug it. If if it's a doorway in the mantle game, surely that means it's still a doorway. They're not going to turn a person. They're not going to turn something that is a person into something that is not a person. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm actually just fully gonna say no. I really don't think he's the horned headband. Ralsei knows about the player. Brit's theory. I don't know what Brit's theory is. Rudy is the knight. Rudy will die. It feels wrong putting that in peak, but like that's like the closest to canon. Like he's canonically dead in Undertale. You know, like he has to like is I can see it being I can see it happening where he dies on one route and not another. Like he doesn't die on all routes. I could see that happening. But oh my god, so I just put my head next to my fan. That was scary. I could see him not dying on every route, but he, yeah. Sands of Papyrus are the same in Undertale and Deltarune. Yes. Sans and Toriel will go to the festival together. Yes, they will. Sans went to Toriel's house to protect her and knows more than we think. Why don't you think Rudy could be the knight? Because he's not the knight. I don't have I have nothing else to say other than he is not the knight. Sans went to Toriel. Like, I'm open to other knight theories. I'm not open to Rudy Knight. Rudy Knight at this point is like Papyrus Knight to me. That said, I love Papyrus Knight. It's not canon. It's not gonna happen. That said, I'm probably gonna put Papyrus Knight. I'm not gonna put it in not a fan though, because I love Papyrus Knight. So yeah, I'm gonna put Papyrus Knight. And no, he's not gonna be the knight, but I love that theory. But yeah, Sans went to Royal's house to protect her, and he knows more than we think. I don't know. No opinion. Chris severed hand theory. Assuming this is they're gonna lose their hand, yeah. I wonder what chapter they'll lose their hand in. Probably 7? Shadow Mantle boss equals friend. Shadow Mantle boss is personification of the Shadow Mantle. That one makes sense. I don't want to put it like too high because I don't have like super strong opinions on it, but that makes perfect sense to me. I mean, look at it. It looks like King's Mantle. Shadow Mantle boss is Chris's Horned Headband. No. You fight Susie in Snowgrave Route. Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna put this one in. Not a fan. Susie Flakes theory. I have no idea what that is. Susie is half human. I don't like this theory. I can at 100%. I can see her being raised by humans. She is not half human. Susie feels like the opposite of Chris to me, where she is a monster that grew up in a human town, whereas Chris is a human that grew up in a monster town. I don't think Susie is half human. Cat and mouse theory. I don't know what that is. I think I did know what that is, but I forgot what that is. Susie is in foster care. I'm gonna say good theory. The girl in the prophecy is Susie. It just is. People say that it looks more like Noelle. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look more like Noelle. The Tale of Hell refers to a friend. Maybe. I was like very familiar with this theory, but I didn't care that much about it, so I kind of forgot. T theory. Yeah. The gastrolist. The thing with this, right? This picture is confusing. Because the gastrolist being like, as far as I'm aware, the gastrolist being Undyne because she is a cop and there's the police symbol. One of the Holiday family members because there's a Christmas tree. Toriel because of the Deltarune symbol, and some of those people could be interchangeable for who they need for the sacrifice or whatever. I could see that. However, if all of these characters are on the list, no, the list is not going to be that long. So I'm gonna say maybe. Toilet theory. I like that theory. I'm not putting it as high as peak, but I like it. I like the theory. Universal Mother theory. Papyrus is the forgotten man. I like that theory. But I'm gonna say maybe. I would. I can't put it any lower than not a fan because, and I am a fan. I can't put it any lower than that because of the merch. Why is Papyrus standing behind a red tree in official merch? Why did they do that? He has to have some sort of connection to the Forgotten Man. I like Forgotten Man as Grandpa Semi theory. I don't think Papyrus is the Forgotten Man, but I can't put it low because of that. Papyrus is the knight. I love that theory, but sadly he is not the knight. Neo Woody theory. I am not as confident in that as original Woody theory. I was so confident in Woody theory that I fully believed it until I didn't see it. Until I was finished chapter 3, I fully believed Woody theory. So, Asriel is a knight. I like that theory a lot. I used to hate any knight theory that wasn't Death or Papyrus. But after that one Spooky Dude video where he read out someone's theory, I was like, this is one of the most well thought out theories, and it's actually making me not 100% confident in Death Knight. However, I still think the Knight is best. Asriel's Dust 2.0. Asriel is the voice of the code. Player Soul Theory. I don't know why that's called a theory. Third Entity. Crystal Theory. I've not watched it yet. Anyway, I think this is my full tier list. I think I'm done. So, thanks. Thank you for watching. That was fun to do, and thank you for like having a conversation in chat. I love having conversations with chat. I don't normally get